Hi everyone, Melissa here. In today's video, I have an awesome challenge for you. I wanted to change it up, do a little something different. So I have a new challenge. Before I get into it, I just wanted to announce that my spring sale has been extended. So everything is on sale 25% off through the whole month of April. So if you've been looking to get coaching or you want some self-study courses, everything's on sale. Check it out. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Okay. Or the coupon code. I'll put the coupon code in the description of this video. Okay, so this week I wanted to do a fun challenge because I feel like a lot of times, especially with some clients I've been seeing lately, we put so much pressure on ourselves and we make manifesting such serious business, and it can feel overwhelming and just like all consuming. And it really doesn't have to feel that way. Because we're already super good at this. We're already experts at it. We're already naturally excellent manifestors because that is the nature of our existence. Okay. So I wanted to do a challenge to kind of lighten it up and have some fun with it. So this challenge is called the SWAT That Thought Challenge. And if you are unfamiliar with the term SWAT, I have a little prop. Maybe you've seen this before. Old school fly swatter. Okay. This is the challenge. Every time so the first step is you pick your desire. So whatever you're trying to manifest, let's say it's an SP, or we'll use SP for the first example. Okay. So you're trying to manifest communication with a specific person. Okay. And you have not been having any luck. Maybe you've been trying for months, weeks, years. Maybe you just started trying. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what happened in the past because the past doesn't exist. Doesn't matter what you thought was true 5 minutes ago because it's only ever now. So in this present moment, in this now moment, I want you to think about your desire, and I want you to think about that it's true now. So let's say you are trying to manifest, you don't see it visible yet in your 3D, in your physical world, but you're trying to manifest a text message from someone. Okay. So in your reality, in your current physical experience, you don't see any evidence of that. Nothing is happening on your phone. Maybe you've been telling yourself it's going to happen for a while, but it's not happening yet. So you start off by saying, my desire is true right now. SP is texting me now. And then you catch yourself noticing, well, it's not on my phone yet. SWAT that thought. SWAT it, SWAT it, SWAT it, SWAT it. Kick it out. You're squishing it like a bug. You're squishing it like a bug. That thought gets no space in your mind. It's not paying rent. It's not paying mortgage. It has no space in your mind. Swat it out. I want you to stop it as soon as you catch it. As soon as you catch it, swat that thought. Okay. And then in that moment, you tell yourself what you want is true again. They're texting me right now. They're texting me right now. They text me every day. They text me all the time. I'm constantly hearing from them. They're texting me right now. Yeah, but I've been trying to manifest that for no, swat that thought. Swat it. Swat it out. It is not real. Remember, the thought is not what has power. You are the power. You give the thought meaning. A thought on its own means nothing until you give it context in your reality. So just the thought, this person texts me, it's neither good nor bad. It's neither true nor false until you decide, no, they don't. And that's a bad thing. I don't like that. I wish they were. Right there, you just gave it the judgment of being false and not something you prefer. So we're going to swat out those thoughts. Anything that is telling you you can't have what you want right now or what you want is not true, swat it. Swat it out. Kick it out of your mind. It does not get to hang out there anymore. It is not true. It is not more true than your wanted story. You're just choosing to give it that meaning and believe it. You're choosing to look at your outer world and decide that what you want is not visible to you, therefore it is not true. And here's the thing. It's only because of your awareness that you're not experiencing what you want right now anyways. So when you change your awareness, your experience will change. That's why circumstances don't matter. So when you start to become aware that what you want is true, then what you want is what you perceive, because you perceive what you are aware of. That's also why you're not technically creating anything. You're not attracting anything. Everything already exists. There are infinite realities. There is a reality right now that exists where you already had 20 text messages from that person in the last 5 minutes. You just can't see it. You can't perceive it because in your awareness, that's not true. And you only perceive what you are allowing as true and possible for you, what you are accepting as true and possible for you, because it's always through your own perspective, through your own perception, through the lens at which you are looking at things is why they show up the way they show up. Okay, so this is really a mental discipline challenge because that's what it takes to change your story sometimes. For things that you are emotionally attached to, especially, it requires mental discipline because you've got a contrary story going on in your mind, probably pretty frequently throughout every day, about how what you don't want is true, about how what you want is just not here yet, you're not experiencing it yet, you haven't seen any evidence of it yet, and it's just not true. And so that's the more dominant story. That's how you're constantly thinking about your desire. So it can only manifest in that way. Remember, this is like a hologram. You are the director of the hologram. You choose your next experience via your thoughts, via your assumptions, okay? So we're going to start becoming better filters of those thoughts. We're not just going to let our mind go crazy thinking about things we don't like anymore, thinking about how bad things are, thinking about how mean someone was, thinking about how much we miss someone and they're never talking to us again, thinking about how broke we are, thinking about our poor health, because that's just manifesting more of that, because you're keeping that narrative alive in your reality every single time you focus on it and keep believing in it. So SWAT that thought. When you catch yourself telling yourself something you don't want is still true, remember, first of all, SWAT that thought. You don't get any more space in my brain. You don't have any power. I give you the power and I decide you're not true anymore. Maybe I thought you were true a second ago, but you're not true in this now moment. Because remember, you're literally in a new reality every now moment. It's just you keep believing the same things are true. You keep accepting the same things are true. And so it's imperceivable. We don't even see the shift because so many things in our awareness remain the same. You know, that's why every time you go home, your house looks the same, because you're aware that that's what your house looks like. You're aware that that's where your house is. You know, that's why sometimes realities don't seem that different, because they're really not. You're just subtly changing your assumptions, and it's such a seamless shift, you don't even notice it. But you're literally just jumping to a reality where what you want is in your experience because you are now aware of it. So as your awareness shifts, your experience, your physical experience shifts. So because your awareness is the driving force, you are the power. You are the power, not the thought, not the persistent unwanted thought, not the past, the perceived past of heartbreak and frustration and illness and poverty and lack. That's all just something that happened in a now moment that you just kept holding on to. You kept deciding, okay, this is still my truth. So in every now moment, until you change your mind about that, it's going to be what you perceive as your truth. So the challenge is, when you catch yourself still agreeing that what you don't want is true about whatever it is in your life you're trying to change, spot that thought. It does not get to stay in your mind anymore. It does not get to take up space in your world anymore. It has no power. It's meaningless. It's empty and meaningless. So you don't need to hold on to it anymore. You don't need to attach emotion to it anymore, because as soon as you change your mind about whatever you want and stick to that story, you immediately jump to a reality where what you want is true, and it will show up in your physical world as long as you don't tell yourself otherwise before it has the opportunity to become visible. You know, your thoughts are instant. You can assume something instantly. You can change your mind about something instantly. We probably all don't have the belief that things can just immediately manifest in front of our eyes. So we hold the belief that some things take a little bit of time. Maybe it takes 10 minutes for somebody to drive over to your house. Maybe you believe it takes 2 months for somebody to remember to call you. I mean, it's all a story is what I'm trying to say, is everything's a story. Everything is illusion, and you are just writing your narrative constantly. You are writing the plot twists in every now moment. So don't get so caught up on what happened in the past. No matter how good or bad it was to you, what matters is the now moment, because the now moment is where you can change everything. And it's how you immediately jump to reality where you can experience what you really, truly desire in your physical world. You just have to have the conviction and the mental discipline to stay with that new story while it has the opportunity to become visible, which is the bridge of incidents. You know, there's so many moving pieces for things to manifest for you. It's not, and that's not to say that it has to take a long time, but you don't know all the ways that things can happen. You don't know all the behind the scenes things that need to take place in order for something to manifest for you. And the beautiful part is you don't have to know it. You just have to know that what you want is true now. In this now moment, in this reality, in this now moment, what I want is true. And it will manifest in the fastest, easiest, best way possible for you. And that's the work that you don't have to do. And I've given this example to a few clients before, and I just want to share it now because it really helped me put it back into perspective. But so look at it like this. Your conscious mind it's like you're driving on a road, okay? And you can just see where you're driving from the perspective that you have. You can, see in front of you and on the sides of you, and you know your destination, and you're pretty sure how to get there. And that's what you can see, okay? You've planned out your route, so you know how you think it's going to look, and you got your manifestation, you got your goal. I'm going here. So let's say you're going to the lake, okay? That's your manifestation, is going to the lake. So you start driving to the lake, and if I'm going to the lake and the lake's that way, I'm going to turn right because that just makes sense. That's how I'm going to get there. I know the lake's over there. I'm going to turn right. And your subconscious mind, your higher self, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is in a drone high above and can see literally everything you can't. It can see you, it can see everything you see, and everything beyond what you can see, okay? And it knows that actually the best way to the lake is to the left. And it knows all the reasons why it's better. Or not better, I don't want to say better. But it knows the path of least resistance to get you to that lake, okay? And in this example, it's left. But you are just dead set on, I have to go right to get what I want. That's the only way it's going to happen because I know the lake's over there and I have to go right to get to what I want. So you just go right. You are controlling this. You know how to get what you want. This is what you can see in your physical world. You're going right. And turns out you hit a whole bunch of construction and you're stuck in it for like 3 hours. Had you gone left, you would have made it to the lake early and seen a beautiful sunset. So in this example, what I was really trying to illustrate is we get the what and the how confused, and that can keep you stuck in an unwanted narrative. If you keep thinking, I want my SP back, and they have to apologize this way, and they have to text me this way, and they have to show up this way, and this has to happen, and they have to say this, that's not to say that it won't happen that way or that it can't happen that way, but you are limiting yourself from every other possibility. And how do you know that another way it could show up might be more enjoyable for you, might be faster than the way you're demanding it? You have to see it. So when you look at the 3D and get tripped up, remind yourself, I don't have to see it exactly this way for it to still be true. That's just a limiting assumption, because you don't have to micromanage the how. You don't have to micromanage the when. You just manage the what, which is your desire. My desire is true now, period. That's all you need to focus on. And then you swat out any other thoughts, okay? What I want is true, and it's true now, because there's only now. Right now, this is what's true. In this reality, what I want is true, regardless of what was true, what I thought was true 5 seconds ago, because that's a different now moment. Okay? So focus on the now and your new reality now and what you want is true now, and swat out any thoughts telling you otherwise, because they are powerless and they need to be squished like a bug. Okay? Squish them, swat them, kick them out of your mind. They don't get to live there anymore. They have no more power over you. Okay? That's really what I wanted to do with this week's video. Just have a little fun with it. Keep it light. You know, we don't have to wait a long time for what we want. We just have to discipline our minds and take control. Take your power back, okay? Take your power back from those unwanted thoughts. Don't let them run rampant in your mind anymore. Don't let them trigger you. Don't let them let you spiral, because they truly are powerless. They truly are empty and meaningless. And it's just a story you keep telling yourself that's keeping you stuck where you don't want to be. Okay? All right. I think that's it for this video. I intend to have an amazing rest of your week. And if you need some help swatting out those thoughts, I'm available for one-on-one coaching. And I also have some awesome courses for one-on-one study. If you want to do things at your own pace, check those out. Link will be in the description. Like I said, I have a sale, 25% off. And I think that's it for this video. All right. I'll see you in the next one.